Hi, this is Jean-Patrick from Côte d'Ivoire at University of Texas at Austin for the Young African Leaders Initiative 2014. Today I'm with what we call brother. I'm with Serges from National Instruments, but we're not going to talk about National Instruments. We're going to talk about the role, the impact of the diaspora, young African leaders of the diaspora on the continent, because he's one of the guys who's working, who's struggling, working very hard to empower Africa, young African. Serges from Cameroon.
That's right. Cameroon.
So what are you doing here in Austin, Texas, in the US?
Well, that's a big question.
It's been good. It's been
I've been here for 15 years.
it's just like
I really miss
being
home.
with everyone from
So I have a family here. I provide for them.
and I think also like
As
the big
many
spaces when we
diaspora
spend
do, I
our time
also
together,
have a
like
big
we
family
really
back
form like
home
really
that
great
I
friendships and a good network actually. So I think it's been like
The one thing that I really want to do is find a way to make my family back home sustainable so they can help themselves, right? And so that's one thing that I do. So I have a day job, but I also have what's called a night job.
So can you tell us about your initiative and you started in Cameroon from here?
Sure. So before I came here, I had a business in Cameroon, and I had a business repairing electronic components. And finding components that I was going to use was very hard. When I came to the US, I was quite surprised because it was everywhere. I could actually get them for free. They call them free samples. And I thought, well, I mean, if I could get this for my peers back home, they can do a lot with it. And so I was just astonished that they didn't have it. And so I thought I'm gonna find a way to make it easier for them to get those things, get the tools they need so that they can innovate, get the training they need so they know how to use the tools to make things, and then guide them a little bit on how to make those things. That way, when they start creating, we can then turn them into entrepreneurs and business people, so they can. So that's what we're doing. We will be launching. The business is called
Tech Zone. Remember the name.
And
Tech Zone
is our plan is to have several locations for each Tech Zone. And each location is a space full of laboratories for wood processing, for metal processing, for electronics, chemical, textile. We're also going to give training to people. And so the idea is that if you're a student and you're graduating, or maybe you're an actual entrepreneur, you don't have to go buy the machines that the big companies have. You can come to TechZone, pay for membership, and have access to the same machine that big companies use.
So it's a company, not an NGO.
That's right. It is a company.
Is it a social enterprise?
Well, okay, it depends on what you call it. Right? So
we always hear I'm a social entrepreneur, so
that's right. I have my thoughts. So I believe that if you want to make something that's going to last a long time, it needs to be sustainable. And for that to be sustainable, we cannot just make it free, because we do that, then we're going to be dependent on people that have to donate money. So we want to build a business model that each tech zone is going to be independent. They're going to generate their own revenue so that they can sustain themselves. But we don't want to make a lot of profit off of tech zone by We want tech zones to create companies, and for those companies to become successful.
It's amazing. It's awesome. This guy is creating company. He's making money by empowering people and let them create their own company to make money. This is what I call a social enterprise. Even if you don't want to define it, everyone has his definition of social enterprise. This is mine. You create something, whatever you make money from it or not, you're empowering people and you let them improve their lives. Okay, so one last question. I'm so honored to be with you today because it's very useful information we are getting from you for the new generation in Africa. And I wanted to give me your opinion. What do you think about the role of young African leaders, young African people from the diaspora? How can they help the continent? Do they need to go back home? People always say, oh, you have to go back to South Africa, Nigeria, Angola, they are booming economies. Oh, do they need to go back home? What do you think?
So, do they have to go back home? No. I am not back home yet. I am planning for this. There are talents in Africa. I mean, when I just look at the people that I've been interacting with, great ideas, great companies, great potential that people have in Africa. So I call the diaspora that, I call them to look at the potential we have and invest in that potential and turn it into something that will help create jobs, create sustainable jobs, and then turn Africa into tomorrow's superpower. There's something that many people don't realize. I have meetings with, people in big companies that are planning where they want to go next, and everybody is talking about it. Because they believe that Africa is going to be, in the next 30 to 50 years, it's going to be the next superpower. So we have a choice. We Africans can contribute and develop Africa, or somebody else will come and develop Africa for us in their way. Right? So I call the people from the diaspora to get involved and invest into the people that are in Africa so that they can in turn create jobs and innovate for us.
Thank the Lord, Serge. People, if you are in the diaspora, if you think that you can help the country, the continent, wow, maybe one day Africa will be a country. So if you think that you feel that you have to help Africa, you have to help young African, even women in Africa, children in Africa, even elite people in Africa, please get in touch with Serge. I think that he has a plan. He has something in his mind. This is why he launched TechZone. And as I discussed with Rudy in the previous video, I hope that you went on our YouTube channel to check our 40th video on Yali. And as I discussed with Herman and Rudy, we are like a mission. We came abroad, we went abroad, we succeed. Now we have to give back to Africa. We have to give back. People in Africa are not waiting us to come back to the village to be the chief of the village. No. They just want us to contribute, to show what we learn. That's all. Thank you, and you know how we do it. We share the videos. If you don't like the video, you just share and you give us feedback, and so that we can improve it. If you like it, you share. Thank you. Au revoir.
Thank you. Au revoir.